Hello, this is an instructional video explaining the Algebra Prognosis test. Before we talk about that, let's review the normal requirements for placement in Honors Algebra 1. First, you have to have a final Math 7 course average of 93 or above, a 90 or above on the Algebra Prognosis test, a 95 or above on the Stanford Achievement Test in the Math Problem Solving section, and finally a 93 or above on the Math 7 exit exam. Because of our distance learning this last quarter, we're going to adjust the requirements. Obviously, you did not take the Stanford Achievement Test, so we can't look at that. And although you are taking the exit exam, it is done open book and with unlimited time. So we will be relying very strongly on the first two in the list. And so let's look at the adjusted requirements for 2020. The average, not of the whole year, but of your first semester grade and your third 9 weeks grade must be a 93 or above. These two values are in your grade card, in RenWeb, in your report card section. Okay, so you have a score for your first semester and you have a score for your third 9 weeks. And so take those two numbers and average them together. Must be 93 or above. You must also have a 90 or above on the Algebra Prognosis test. That requirement is staying exactly the same. All righty, let's talk about the Algebra Prognosis test. It's going to be given on May 21st at 10 a.m. The test consists of 50 multiple choice questions and you'll have 45 minutes to complete it in LMS. Have a blank piece of paper and a pencil ready to do your computation. No calculator is permitted and no help from textbooks, internet, phone apps, parents, friends, siblings, etc. No outside help. The test will begin at 10 a.m. promptly and end at 10:45 a.m. I will be turning the test on and off in LMS. Make sure to submit your test answers before 10:45. So make sure you have an accurate clock or watch so you will be able to submit your answers before 10:45. Okay. This is the cover of the prognosis test. Of course, you won't have the booklet, but when you open the PDF, when you take the test at 10 a.m., this will be the first page that you'll see. The next page will be the first page of the exam that you will read and then answer questions. Now, these are the directions that are in the booklet. Normally, I give this test in class the last week of school, but since we're not together, we're going to be doing it online. And so I'm going to read the same directions we would normally read in class. This test is designed to help you find out how well you might learn algebra. It contains 5 lessons in algebra, each of which is followed by a test. Finally, there is a review test that covers the lessons as well as other middle school math content. Study each lesson before beginning the test that follows it on the facing page. Side note, you don't have the booklet, so you won't have the test, the lesson to study that's on the left side, and then the questions that are on the right side or the facing page. And so what you will have to do is you will just have to go back and forth between your pages in the PDF file. As soon as you finish one part of the test, go directly to the next part. At any time during the test, you may look back at the earlier lessons if you need to. Work each problem, then look at the answers given below it. On the separate answer document, mark the space for the answer you have chosen. Side note, obviously you will be answering your questions in LMS. Mark only one choice per problem. If you're not sure which answer is the correct one, make the best choice you can. Do not spend too much time on any one part of the test. Let's look at the sample problem. 2 times 3 equals. Ooh, tough one. Obviously, the product is 6, so you would select the letter C in LMS. Do not mark this booklet in any way. Side note, that shouldn't be a problem for you. Use your scratch paper for figuring. You will have 35 minutes of working time. Side note, I am giving you 45 minutes to take this test because you're doing it in an online format and you're going to have to toggle back and forth between the pages. So I'm giving you an extra 10 minutes of working time. You'll have 45 minutes instead of 35. If you complete the last section before the time is up, go back and check your work. This is not a requirement. It's a strong suggestion. So if you had some trouble with any of the problems, you're welcome before 10:45 to go back and look at those and make any changes you need to in your LMS answers. But remember, make sure you submit your test answers before 10:45. Well, that's it. And if you would love to be in the honors track next year, I hope you do really well on this test. And you will be able to see if you earned points for each question. You will not be able to see the key. I use this test every year and need to keep the answers to it confidential. And so I am not going to make the key accessible for students. But you should be able to go and see which problems you missed. So I hope you do well, and I hope you have a great day. Bye-bye.